An upgrade will be possible for older cars. Tesla responds to a recent fatal crash, and Canadians are picking up some key superchargers. This is Tesla Tidbits episode number 384 for March 28th, 2018. We start the show today with a visit to Twitter and YouTube. We start with Twitter because Elon responded to someone asking whether an upgrade to the new Media Control Unit, or MCU, would be possible for older Model S and Model X vehicles. He responded saying, quote, "Yes, you can upgrade hardware, although we also wrote software to accelerate rendering on old MCU. Coming out soon and makes a big difference," end quote. Speaking of that performance, we move over to YouTube, where the My Tesla Adventure channel makes a comparison between the old and new MCU installations and finds the new MCU to be at least twice as fast as the old unit, sometimes much more. It's interesting that Elon claims a speed bump coming with the new software. I hope to run a couple tests of my own before the release to put that to the test. We turn now to the Tesla blog for a story that I originally wasn't going to cover. Tesla crashes are not really news, and neither are fires as a result of a crash. However, it appears that the National Transportation Safety Board is getting involved, which may have compelled Tesla to make this post. For those unfamiliar, a Model X plowed into a median in Mountain View, California, quickly caught fire, and then was smashed by two other vehicles. The car's front end was sheared off in the accident in one of the most destructive Tesla crashes I've ever seen. The driver was rescued from the vehicle, but unfortunately later died of their injuries. Speculation about autopilot, of course, has ensued as a result, which makes it no surprise that it's one of the first things Tesla addresses in the blog post. In addition, Tesla's blog post detailed what is currently known about the accident. Firstly, they've still not recovered the logs from the car. The accident is so severe that apparently they're having some difficulty doing so. They're currently working with authorities to try to make this happen, which may mean that they're working to obtain physical access to the vehicle in order to pull the logs. Tesla then gives some autopilot stats for that stretch of road. 85,000 autopilot trips have navigated that stretch of road since autopilot began service, with 20,000 coming this year. On average, 200 per day are registered. With these stats in mind, there is no known accident that has ever occurred there while autopilot has been enabled. As Teslas are known to be one of the safest vehicles on the road, the severity of the accident and the fact that the driver perished are surprising. Tesla notes that the median may have been the cause of this. The location of the crash was at a highway divider that split off what looks to be an off-ramp, and the usual safety barrier that belongs there was not in good repair. In fact, the accordion-like structure looked to be fully compressed the day prior to the accident, according to dashcam video from a witness. Even Tesla notes that they've never seen this level of damage to a Model X in any other crash. Lastly, Tesla notes that the battery pack design is meant to contain fires to burn slowly or self-extinguish so that occupants can escape the vehicle. According to witnesses, the occupant or occupants of the vehicle were long out of the car when the flames took over. Tesla notes that in the interest of the customer's privacy, they'll not be releasing further information until the investigation has completed. I'll let you know if we have any further results. We finish this edition of the show with a stop at Supercharger.info, where we see a couple of prominent blue dots in the middle of Canada. While it's currently possible to drive coast to coast in the US on the Supercharger network, it's not yet possible to do so in Canada. This may be about to finally change, as the site shows that two Superchargers have entered permit stage in Manitoba. Now here's where I fail at Canadian traffic, so I hope you bear with me. Outside of using the QEW more than a few times, I don't know how your highways are named. So I'm going to go with saying that both locations are on Highway 1 in the province, one in Brandon, located at 921 18th Street North, and the other in Portage-La Prairie, located at 2100 Saskatchewan Avenue. These Superchargers may be the first step to linking the Canadian coasts. Make sure you check out the links to the full stories in the show description. While you're at it, please consider supporting the show financially through Patreon at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. Thanks very much to our super patrons out there supporting the show at the $10 plus level. They are John Waltauer, Drew Schuyler, John Waller, Mark and Sarah Thomas, Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dorian Steve Guberman, Bruno Quindici, John Rich, Joey Boots, Ralph and Cheryl Waterhouse, Adam Raymer Brown, Megawatt Photovoltaic Development, Todd Sullivan, Robert Healy, Mitch Long, and Zortec LED Canada. If you can't support with dollars, be sure to show your love with positive reviews and subscriptions on YouTube, iTunes, and other services across the internet. That's it for tonight. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits and use the hashtag AskTeslaTidbits if you'd like your question to be considered for the show. I'll see everyone back here again tomorrow. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.